the recording. I will say I admittedly have not had time to look over this because the schedules got changed.
Yeah.
So this will be a little rough to start until I can pinpoint something. This is fine. Can I ask why y'all are playing so far back? You're giving up space for them for free. Like, this is fine on opening. They get popped. This is great. Y'all should be moving forward now. Like, do y'all see the area
Yeah,
right
we
in
could be a
front
bit
of
faster here.
like Pastry and Amina? That area should be taken and at least being watched. Nothing's watching it, and that range can very easily do something. Like, Amaja, you're going
I
up
made
here.
the
Is
I made the
correct.
call that the blaster would be poking there, but then I was the only person who like actually pushed. Everybody else just backed off of it.
Yeah, no, you pushing up is the right play. I honestly think, given your comp ceiling, you should probably be trying to pair with Almejo, or push the other side. But this is being picky for now. I'm taking a sec. Y'all are taking very long to set up a push. Like, I know you're using crab, but you're relying on special. So if this crab doesn't get, like because only one person was fighting off the crab, really, nothing is done with that crab. So like, to be harsh, you just spent 25 seconds doing nothing. Like, I get it if you're using crabs and stuff, that's fine. They have their place. When you're doing that, the entire team needs to be turning to fighting. Like, here's fine, this is good. Like, something you need to move in without measure. And I know you're trying to play safe and fight, that's fine, whatever. But you still need to be pushing with that. And Amina, I think you could probably drop right side here. Or at least be poking out right side to free up the area. Because the issue that I noticed watching y'all play is you have nothing set up for aggression. So, like, for the pushes I've seen y'all get off successfully, it doesn't feel like it's y'all doing something right. It feels like the enemy team just didn't push.
So not like playing off if we we have some ideas to push, like a crab, for example, we're not like really pushing with them. It's like
You're not
kind of
setting up for the crab.
properly.
You're waiting for the crab, and then you're trying to set up. Like, you're putting the cart before the horse. You can't just push. Like, you can't just magically say, yeah, we're pushing here, unless one of y'all decides to pick up V-Tent, which has the tools to say that. But, like, for a push, especially around specials, you need to build up to it. You can't just magically have it happen, because if you do that, this is what's going to happen. People are going to go down, and yes, the enemy team were extended a little bit. This is super close for burning a crab. And like, here's what I'm
Yeah, like
talking
if
about.
you
Y'all
look at
notice how you...
positions before and after the crab, it's basically the same from both teams.
And I want to point out, like, yes, sense this is them messing up. I don't think this is y'all playing correctly. Like, so when you pushing in here, I actually love the idea. It's just timing. Like, let's see. Or like here, Amaja pushing in is good. Y'all just need to be setting up your pushes. You're trying to make a push from nothing. Because like from how I've seen Samina and Amaja, I think both of you can be playing way quicker and it would benefit the team a lot. Or like here, I'm gonna be picky since I'm sorry. Rainmaker is my best mode. I know how to be very picky on this mode. Y'all don't push ahead of Rainmaker. This is the approach to Rainmaker that I think every team should adopt. You want to make sure Rainmaker has the freest run of its life, and if it doesn't have a free run, you're sending Rainmaker anyways because points are what matter. So like here, notice how there's no gap between Amina and Pastry? This is an issue. Like, where Rain is now, Pastry, you need to be where the range is, and same with you, Celine. Amaja died, that's fine, you get an excuse. But like, y'all need to be in front of Rain by now. In front of
So
Rain.
like, I should like almost blitz it here now that like left side's clear, and like Celine can like play off me walking up.
Yeah, exactly. Because if it's not prepped in advance, you just make your Rain push hell. Like, you want to know why people think Rain is the stalliest mode in the game? It's because no one wants to play quick on offense when they have the time. So you turn it into a stall fest voluntarily. Like, here, you have to stall because nothing cleared in front of Rain. When you have Rain moving, don't worry about flanks and stuff. Trust that with Rain. Like, Celine, you need to be pushing up here. That bubble is...
It just pop cracking right on top of your bubble.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean anything.
It ends up working, but your bubble is kind of out of place. Like, watching this, I have a question for you, Celine, because And feel free to say
What
if
is
you
that?
do you want to take fights? Because I watched your gameplay and it feels like you want to take fights, but you're just afraid of taking fights for some reason.
This is that I'm usually when I'm wanting to take fights, I go for the shop, but then I try to get like the shop because I'm gonna start backing out because I don't want to get like ganged on, and that's just gonna make the team push up my team again. Like because I get double pinch half of the time because last turn.
This is what I'll say. From when I watched your perspective, you can take a lot more 1v1s and you should be doing that because it feels like you're waiting for them to push into you. Um, like how I've seen you play, I think it would be interesting to see you play full aggressive and just keep your pace. Like, if you can play with Almojo the entire game, I think the amount of damage those two weapons together can cause is fucking absurd. Because you have two AoE that both do insane amounts of damage. So I'm just pointing it out because like here you back off when you can be fighting. Because like here you can stay in and fight, and doing this stalls Rainmaker. Because yes, keeping your life sounds nice. The thing is, Rainmaker is so volatile. If you can buy 3 seconds by throwing your life away to make sure they don't push Rain, that oftentimes can be worth it.
Okay.
Like right here, I want to point out you backed up way too far, and now the enemy team is taking the space that you were in. You want to be keeping space away from them as long as you can. This crab is fine. This is good for defense. Mojo, I'm sorry. You need to be pushing up, my friend. You had a window.
Okay.
And this is something I'll aim at you, Amina. Just because this is something you can very easily call. If you see one of your Slayers, in this case it would be Selena and Mojo. I don't know how Patria wants to play. How I've seen you play looks more supportive than Slayer. But if you notice Almojo is here, you can paint for them and call for them to push up. Because Almojo actually has a fairly decent line of paint already to work with. But if you give that paint for Almojo to push with, that just gives a way into Rainmaker. Because, I'm sorry, you're playing with a brush, you should be setting that brush up to go run in and at least attempt to kill things. If it doesn't kill things, that's fine. The enemy team's going to be so paranoid. Because, here, Almojo, if you had moved, do you see the space that they just painted over? If you moved quicker,
Yeah, I would
you
have
would have
already been
gotten there
there.
and you would have been able to kill them.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And here as a team, y'all need to be looking to push forward. This is good. Yeah, this is perfect. This is good on pushing in. Nice sip. This is great. That's fine. I don't mind the chase. Page, you should not be dropping there. Why? Why did you drop? There was nothing on you.
Yeah, it looked like fear from the washing shot.
Fair. It's still something you just shouldn't be afraid of. If you sit right there, you're fine. Yeah, nothing's on you. You need to be holding
Because if
space,
I win the fight against the Dread, that sets up the easiest pinch that I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, that's real.
It's not even the easiest pinch. You have the easiest rank run of your life.
Mm-hmm.
Pinches and fights are great and all, but you know what wins you games? Rainmaker. And pushing that further.
Yeah.
That has to be your top priority. I get it scary to stay up there, but stay behind the check on left side. Because you can just use that as a wall. You back up and give up space, so now that area which was on left, if you were there, Mojo has the freest fight and lives.
Oh yeah.
This is good. Celine, you pushing forward is great. This is what you should be doing. Y'all should be matching Celine's pace here on this push. Because do you notice Celine runs forward?
In fact, keep in mind that the build that I'm running doesn't rely on intensify, if not to increase my pace of fighting.
Fair. Pace is general. It's not just pace of fighting. Because I'm sorry, how I'm seeing y'all play, I can play faster than all of you on Charger. Pace is a general thing. It's not just gear or weapon specific.
Yeah.
It's just, this is the space I'm pushing for, and this is how quickly I'm pushing for this space. Fights are just what you do. Fights are an outcome of that if the enemy team is challenging you for that space and saying it's important.
Okay.
Here, I honestly wish you were fighting in and up your pace. Because you're playing so far back, and that's what's leading to your deaths. This is gonna sound stupid, but I promise you it's accurate, because I play with PS. I know a few things about playing quick. The further in that you are, the harder it is to actually kill you. Because when you're back, they have more time to react to what you're doing, And having more time to react means they have more time to shoot you. You being further in gives them way less time to react, and that means you have less time to be shot.
It also feels like there's way more cover in like base than there is anywhere in mid too.
Yeah.
Like if we're pushed up, we're watching more ledges. There's more grates to dance around.
Yeah, like you should be pushing for those areas if you can. This is fine. I'm being picky. Y'all should be running Rainmaker, right? Yeah. Y'all are slow on Rainmaker. This is fine. It ends up working out. That Kraken's unfortunate. Can we get this special out of the game, please?
Eh,
Sorry, I'm spiteful. I hate that special. Okay, so I want to bring up something with this, because stuff like this for retake happens all the time, especially on Rainmaker. There's a few things you can do. It's just deciding what you want to do. You can play offensive or slow down and try to lock them out. It seems like y'all don't choose either. Like Pastry, it seems like you're trying to slow them down. That's fine. Almoja, you're looking for a fight, but you didn't run in when you had the chance earlier. Like you had a chance 3 seconds earlier to just run in and cause damage. Oh, wait, hold up. I need to read this. Sorry. Yeah, no, that makes sense on wanting people in front of you. I mean, but keep in mind for Rain, points and just getting points is fine in general. I also want to say something with Rain in particular. If someone has the big golden fish, you get to yell at your teammates and they have to follow what you're saying. And if y'all don't do that, I am sorry, you're not playing the mode correctly. That's harsh, but that's how strict Rain is. Like here on Mojo, if you wanted to play forward for fights, this is where you do it.
Okay.
Because you notice how
Got
they
it.
don't have time. Like if you run for that left side and then you drop into pit, that gives you free fights and that keeps them unstable.
All
But
right.
you push here once they're already in, and now you're started in enemy ink. Like if you're playing for damage, you have to play for damage quick.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, like that's literally the only reason you die here. This is fine for playing for defense. I want to bring something up. I know it's scary. Y'all should be holding in front of the rain check. The reason,
Yeah, it feels really pumped right now.
or it's not even that. It's just how you play the mode. Because you see where where that dread is now is where you want to be.
Mm.
And the entire reason for that is if you don't have that space, they pop a single special. Like in this case, they have Reef Slider, right? You know how I was talking about for pushing Rain, you want to have that first, you want to be covering in front of Rain and in front of that checkpoint? If they pop Reef, they're covering that for free. So you're making it easier for the enemy team to come in and push you. Like, if you do this versus teams who like play aggressive and know what they're doing on Rain, you get snowballed instantly. Because you give them so much time. Like, if they pop, so they pop Reef here, and you notice how Rain gets to push for free? Like, this entire push happens because you played slow and behind Rainmaker. Like, you played behind the barrier, and that's what leads to this. And
Is it fine? Hey, Info, sorry to interrupt. Our other coach asked if he could join, not to like collaborate with the coaching, but he said to learn a little more.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I'm still gonna keep this running though, so because
Yeah.
I have somewhere to be in an hour. But yeah, like I'm gonna back up a little bit. I want y'all to watch how you stayed behind Rain. And like now that I pointed out the plays, do you see how the sequence happens? I didn't back up enough. Oops.
Oh, there you are. Hi, Senkan.
Like this entire sequence happens because you play so far behind barrier or behind the checkpoint. If you played like a step in front of it, yes, it's scary as hell. They have to burn Reef early. And burning Reef early means this doesn't happen. Because this entire sequence happened because you gave the space in front of checkpoint. Like literally for Rainmaker, this is going to sound hyperbolic, and this feel free to write it off as this is just how PS plays. It's worth giving your life to hold it in front of Rainmaker, because in doing that you make sure you don't lose a lead, or you make it much less consistent for you to be, or much more consistent to hold and defend properly.
I agree actually. Like that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. This is, let's see, this is fine. This is just having to play defense. I want to bring something up, and I'm going to shift to your point of view, Sloan. If you wait for fights while on retake, that's fine, or on setup and waiting for teammates. You just have to commit to it. So like right here, you back out, you see the thing, you don't commit to the fight. You're trying to poke it out and use auto bombs and stuff. You can just take the fight. I promise you, it's fine. Because inadvertently, you just backing off and being stuck in this in-between game of do I want to fight or do I want to play defense is what gets you killed. Like, being hesitant in this game gets you killed more than anything else. This is good on pushing. Thank you, Almojo. This is the right speed. This is
I'm
fine.
trying.
Yeah, like, this is perfect. Pushing back in. The only thing I wish y'all would do is push... Actually, no, that's fine. Kraken's out. I don't blame you. Right here, though, you'll need to be playing for fights immediately. This is good. Good. Okay, I'm going to yell at y'all. And this is
Should have
just
ignored the Rainmaker and went.
no,
I
you should
think I
be
get. I'm
grabbing.
like building.
The
At
question is,
least for
what
me,
does
I'm like
crab
I'm building
do?
crab here.
What does it do? You have lead. You have lead in 2 minutes left. You can stall at the clock comfortably.
Oh, we picked up.
No, you don't. But like, what you
Oh.
should do here is pop a rain and go right side. Like, cool, you got this skill here. You should instantly be going for the ramp now.
Hmm.
Because here's the thing on going left. Yes, painting left is great because you make sure that that area isn't in their control. You can paint that area after someone dies. You just gotta wipe. You need to be taking advantage of it. So y'all go and paint ramp. This is like, this sounds fine, right? Look at where the enemy team is. You just gotta wipe out, and it doesn't look like it. You gave up all the advantage you had. If you push the rain for the right side, you keep the enemy team on the back foot for the rest of the game. And that's what you want to do on Rainmaker. If Rainmaker is neutral, something's going to go wrong. And you don't want it to be your team that has something go wrong. This is good on fighting, Selena. Like, this is what you want to be doing. Like what Selena and Almojo are doing with pushing here. This is what you should be doing as a full team. Because sure, it doesn't work perfectly, but do you notice how both of them are keeping the entire enemy team afraid?
Yeah.
For a Rainmaker, this is what you do. Because I want to point out, yes, Almojo dies, that's fine. You have 2 go down. You had them on the back foot. You just had 2 go down. This is a very winnable position. Or like right here, you're the last one up, Pastry. Look at how much time you buy for your team just by living.
Mhm.
Because you had so much control, Almojo was able to come back in. Almojo, you should be going forward. I'm going to scream at you. You did this twice at the exact same spot.
Okay. Yeah. That's fair.
If you have the pain, you can just fight forward. This is good. I wish y'all were matching Almojo's pace a little bit more. Because you're just giving the enemy team time to push in with Rain. This is a good catch from Cillian. But y'all, like, Patient and Wayne, this is going to be targeted at you too,
Yeah.
because supports in general play much slower. Do you see how the enemy team is having free pushes in? Like, if you weren't playing with Cillian and Almojo and they weren't playing nearly as fast, they would be getting this push started for free. Like, y'all are playing so far back, and this is giving them so much time.
I get that idea. There's just like been a lot of times where it's like, well, it's like I think I came like just from restone and started like swinging it like as soon as I can. At least for me, I feel like if I like tried to jump to them or like went even faster, like they just slide at me and we have no crap for RT.
I mean, fair. Like, I want to. Here, you can be going forward with
Come back.
Cillian here. Like, I think that's the right way to go forward with them. Because then you can set up a 2v2 and then very quickly 2v1 the Dread. And scary if... You know, the best part of... or the best thing that happens, though? If they reef you, Amina set up and they can just snipe Rain.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'll be real, you leaving... Like, you being afraid of Slider means they get to keep Slider for when Slider's actually going to do damage. If you play quicker, they have to run specials early. And like Pastry, you staying on the right side, this is what I mean by you playing slow. You need to be, like, you should be playing this left side here and playing for fights. This is good. Notice, you push in and you don't die. Like, you die after, this is fine, but you set Almojo up. Like, if this was coordinated and Cillian could be with y'all, this is literally you have 3 people pushing in and Amina can just be watching in the background for if something goes wrong. This is fine. Like, I'm wanting to point out, like, notice, like, both Almojo and Cillian are just running forward and putting damage on the enemy team. If this has kept the enemy team from pushing for a solid minute,
Yeah.
it's been tight. Yeah, that makes sense, Amina. Yeah, wait, you can play with that. If just, okay, Amina's looking to make sure, like, if something crosses a certain area, they just explode. That's what you should be playing for. Good pushing in Almojo. Like, I'm wanting to point out, because Pastry, you stayed so far back. I understand Amina playing Solar here, that's fine, it's Pen. Like, you play so far back here, the enemy team can just push in for free. I get you want Crab. I just want to bring something up though. It's not the
Mhm.
last 30 seconds. That's when you're allowed to bunker down fully. Like defense is a luxury, and your team has been on defense for the entire second half of this game. No, more than the second half actually. Let's see. So yeah, y'all have been playing defense for 3 minutes, or we'll be playing defense for 3 minutes. Yeah, it's just a little rough on for pushing into pen on top left. And yeah, no, I make it makes sense for you, you know. Like I'm not saying I'm saying you staying up there makes sense. What the team should be playing for is to push out coordinated as a team and get you onto snipe. Because the second you can get onto snipe, their push is dead in the water. Like here, Pastry, notice how far back you stay? Like, yes, you pop crab. What does this crab do?
It AoEs those two. I think if I get it farther, I can make them walk back further.
You can, but I also want to bring something up since you said AoE first, right? What's
Yeah.
stopping you from going snipe and throwing burst bombs? That accomplishes AoE while keeping your special and keeping you in the game, ready to fight.
Just like the range shots.
You only need as much
I'm in
range
there
as to hit
to
them.
distract them.
You're also well in range to just throw bursts at them. Like if you're on snipe, that's in range. Like yes, crab is nice, and yes, having that that extra range is great. You only need as much range as you need. And yes, you use crab. Yes, it gets Almajo in, but this crab does nothing really. Like yes, this is going to stop rain. Oh no, it doesn't. Like you keep them in the corner, but I want to point out if you save the crab, you actually are in a better spot because you popping crab gives them time to get Kraken in. Like you popping crab actually does so much more damage. It's just the enemy team doesn't take advantage of it.
Oh yeah, I can hold it there then.
Like you should be holding crab until it's this time left on the clock. Because here's the thing with specials, you get especially later into the game, and especially on Rainmaker, you're gonna get 1 or 2 a minute. I'm going to say 1 because I think that's way more realistic. If you're playing for fights and stuff, you get 1 a minute. You should be holding it for the last 30 seconds so they get no push. You popping it early just makes it super messy. Y'all are able to hold this, yes. I'm going to be real, the only reason you won this game is because Almajo and Celine were just running it rain over and over again. Which, I'm just gonna say one thing with that, Celine and Almajo, please coordinate when you're pushing in. If both of you push together, you will get so many more kills and open so many more things up. I get it's uncomfortable. Say, hey, I'm wanting to push here, and wait for a call back from them. So, Celine, if you're wanting to push in on let's say you're wanting to push for this range, you can say, I want to push for far right, and wait for a call back from Almajo. That's what you should be doing with your calls. At least for you two, because that makes your life so much easier. Also, Pastry, this crab is perfect. Because you notice how this crab keeps them out of the game permanently? This is when you want to pop your crabs. Okay. I'm not going to cover the other rain game if you all are fine with it, unless you really want to hit that humpback one, but Rain was covered for at least a little bit. And we can go back to that after looking over a zones game.
Yeah, I think that idea of playing together and making sure we're pushing and not making it a neutral game state, I think that would help for the other one too.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm looking at the stages you said you wanted to go over and why. Let's do Brian, since you said you had an issue with clearing them out.
And this was a high level team, so I think it'll give us more to learn from.
Oh yeah, if I have a question. For when we're because technically this group was 3rd seed and all that, and Jeff was on this team, so good team, I was Almojo was saying. What do you guys how do you guys communicate when you're fighting a team like this? Is it basically the same? Is it slightly different, or it's you guys beaten plus teams before? I can send it you in tournaments and stuff.
Yeah, quite literally we call how we always do, because this is our approach to when we play, and this is how we have good stamina versus high teams. We will treat a D11 or a D10 team as we would treat a DX team. And the reason for that is if you disrespect D10, you have high chances of losing. So we just keep the same mindset going the entire time.
Okay.
Like, we change nothing. We treat everyone with the same respect. Like, if we were fighting literally the best player in the world or the worst player in the world, we would treat them the same. This is a very slow opening. Y'all just kind of are leaving Elmajo out here to die.
Yeah.
Like, there's two ways to work with. Like, either Selena and Elmajo, both of you should be trying to push one area together. I know it's spooky because of that leader, but it still works. Or y'all give Elmajo an out. Like, I'm wanting to point out, this is a good Selena and Elmajo. Like, perfect. This is what I mean. Do y'all notice how both of you push and this is how you get openings? This is what you need to look for consistently. Like, Celine, from how I've seen you play, literally, I'd like to see you hold up 24/7 the entire game. Like, don't worry about dying, don't worry about anything. For now, worry about finding that, like, extreme, and then you can tone that back. Because literally every single time I've seen you push in without Mojo, great things have happened. This is good.
That was a little too far on the zip, I think.
No, I actually like that Zov.
Okay.
Like, unfortunate that you died, that's just going to be with practice. Like, right here, Pastry, I mean, I wish both of you pushed in further. Like, this is good Pastry, I mean, I wish you were quicker. I know, especially because of leader, the thing is, if you can hold more space, that means your team can hold in front of you, and that means your team can pass through the leader for you. You give up the space for free. Like, I mean, if you were, like on the entrance of their ramp, this would be perfect. Because now they don't have a clean way back in, and you can guard your entire team. This is probably going to sound insane because so many people say the opposite. I don't care if you die on pen, I care if you have value with your positioning, and if your team can benefit from where you are. Like, if you're in Narnia getting cores, I don't care. Because that means you have no active influence on the game. Like, this is good, you get a pick, this is fine for holding, but you back up. Like, if you stayed in and the rest of your team pushed in, this would be great. Because this gives you space to work with. Almajo, what the fuck are you doing?
I couldn't tell you, I don't know.
Sorry, I just
I
saw
think
that.
I'm looking for drops, but then nobody drops, so it doesn't matter.
Why'd you go to Narnia? Just sit under the glass if you're looking for drops. Like, minimize how much you're moving. Like, if you're going back, you need to minimize how much you move, because that way you don't have to, like, you can get back into the action quicker. This is also what I would say. I get that you want to look for drops. You know who has the perfect weapon in the most range on your team who can also look at drops?
I mean,
If Amina looks for drops, that means you and Celine can be going forward. Because I'll be real, how I see your comp playing, if you two aren't pushing consistently and together, I don't think you win. Like, I'm going to call a spade a spade. Because here's the thing, if they run a single mid lane and they start fighting and, like, keeping you out, you're just gonna lose. Like, if I were fighting
Yeah,
those comp, I would run a Nautilus, and I would imagine y'all are crying in the corner.
That's like exactly like one of the points I would get. You like worded it really well. It's like that kind of feeling is like the vibe I got with this comp. Like, it's very setting up these two to fight and they're like trying to get them to fight as much as possible.
Yeah,
I think
like,
with either Splash.
fair. There are ways to set it up and stuff like that, but like, both of you need to be fighting. Because if you're not fighting, I'm sorry, you should be changing your comp. You're running a very strong fighting core, you need to keep fighting with it. That might be harsh, but literally, if y'all don't want to fight, I'd rather you change weapons. Like, this is good. I'm wanting to point out, Elmajo, if you're up with Celine, this is perfect. Like, this is perfect, Celine. Your pace here is good. This is what you want to keep the entire game. Like, this is perfect. Like, I'm sorry, Celine literally gave you this push for free because of that play. Holy stamp. Okay. That's an unfortunate snipe, whatever. Yeah. Like, I'm wanting to point out, this is uncomfortable because they're pushing in, but do you see how much harder it is for them to push in? Because you pushed so far up in advance. Because you pushed so far up in advance, you have time to react to what they're doing, and that lets you live. Like, time is a resource in and of itself. Rip Elmajo. How the fuck are you alive?
I'm chilling.
Okay.
This
is a good reset.
I just got around the
Yeah.
ledge. I danced around it.
This is good. This is just a communication of intent. Because like Elmager, you dropping left here, this makes sense. It's just Pastry needs to drop with you. Or if the idea is to fight right, you need to fight right. Because your comp doesn't have the raw force or flexibility to be doing stuff like this. Because you drop this is fine, but Pastry goes back for the fight and isn't ready to drop immediately. And I know that's because you're backing off to strike. You can position better to have strike and then be ready to drop. I'm not blaming you on this one, Amina, since you got caught off guard by Pan or by Zab. But okay, right here, y'all need to take a second to breathe. This is good. Okay. I want to bring one thing up for this retake because I don't expect to see it because so many teams don't think about doing this. Y'all should just sidestep them. Do you notice how all of them are on that right side? Like, yes, there's 2 in zone. Sidestep and just drop left of zone. Because if you drop left of zone, it's super hard to try to catch you.
Yeah, this is a really good time too.
Or like even before that, like just dropping this left side. Like I get the idea of pushing right because that's where you can see them first and that's where you can fight, right? Here's the thing: why are you pushing into a comp that wants you to push into them? They have Clash and Sploosh. They want you to push into them. If you drop left, you make them suddenly have to play your game. The less they can play their game, the better it is for you. So like if you drop this left side, because look, y'all are just fighting for this right side. If you drop this left side, you drag all of them out of position. And the second you drag all of them out of positions, that gives you free 1v1s. Like, that's what you need to play for when you're fighting higher level teams. Like, what can you do to dismantle their position? Like, this zip, I want to point this out. Because this zip does effectively the same thing as if you were to drop left earlier. Do you notice how their entire structure is just dismantled off of this zip because they just are focusing on Mojo? Like, yes, it ends up getting tighter. But none of them are in position, and this gives you room to fight. That's why zip is so good. Because it'll drag everyone out of position. However,
could you repeat the Zipcaster statement again? I want to hear it.
So here, I'm gonna pause real quick just because the main thing is y'all should be dropping left here, but I want y'all to watch what Elmager does with the zip, because what the zip does is effectively the same thing as if you push far left. It's just a little bit different because it's done by a special. Do you notice how their entire structure melts? Like, this Clash is trying to figure out what the hell is going on and where to aim. The Zap is getting spooked off, and this leader wants nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
Their entire structure is done. If you were able to push off of this, this is free. That's why Zip works. Like, the reason Zip is good is because so many teams just break their structure for free for you.
I do have a question about the flank, since like later in the game we do go for that kind of flank, but I think we take it too many times. Like they start to like guard that flank, but then like we still take it and like.
Is it flank or dropping zone? Those are 2 very different things. Because I mean dropping zone.
Yeah, like the hard flank, like the part that Sunpei did.
Yeah, you shouldn't be taking that flank. That's way too much time. I mean dropping zone. Like where the Sploosh is now, or where Elmojo is. You should be dropping there. So here, let me back up and I'll fast forward through this bit just to show you like where they were. Because you had the perfect chance to drop there. Like right here, if you dropped where that Sploosh was. Or directly right of that Clash. Do you see how nothing's there? You destroy their entire structure by doing that. Like right here, so if you would drop for this left side here, or like right for the Clash, that gets you in for free. That's what you have to be looking for when you're playing short range. Let's see. I'll fast forward through this part. Since this is just recap. That's unfortunate, you get swarmed, that's fine. Again, y'all should be looking for this left side. I don't know why you're even entertaining the idea of going right. Because, like, do you notice how everything is set up on that right side? The second you see that, that's a cue, we need to go somewhere else. This is fun. I'm going to scream now. Like, this ends up working, but I want to point out why.
It's because Celine dropped left.
Yes, Celine drops left and draws all of their force, and their entire position crumbles. So, like, right here, Celine dropping is the correct play. Do you notice how their entire structure melts and tries to just patch the one hole that the blast is causing alone? You know, imagine your entire team is there. you have better fighting weapons than they do. You should be abusing it. Like, the only reason you got in is because of that flank.
Mm-hmm.
Which is fine, you should be playing for it more. This is good with the zip. Yeah, this is unfortunate of just mechanics. I'm not going to comment on that. It is what it is. That stamp's tragic. Like, I want to point something out here, because this is literally the same for anyone. Oh, someone has vanished.
It's
Second.
Senkan.
Okay. Like, I want to point out the position you were in, Pastry. Do you see
Yeah.
how you're right here and the swoosh is under you?
Mhm.
What happens if you drop left? Like,
It
drop
would have
left
to
for the flank.
also drop.
Yes. Or it's there, but you get in for free. And you know what's great about if
Yeah.
you get in for free? You have a rush who would love nothing more than to jump to you. Like, it is equally the job of everyone to be trying to get out. Because notice, like, that swoosh stays there. Like, when it drops is when you're able to move. If you can force that early, that's great.
Mm.
This is fine. This is good on fighting in. This is just coordination. Like, the only thing you can really do better there is call it and work on your timing. Let's see. Yeah, like, I'm going to point out, because I think you get another retake. I'm assuming it's because someone drops. Yeah, like, right here, someone drops, and look at their structure.
Mm.
This is what you need to be playing for. Their entire structure melts because of one drop. This is perfect on pushing in. Yeah, like, just to give actionable words and things to work on, like, Amajo, you're trying to fight them way too centerline, and you're trying to shark too much. Like,
Mhm.
look for 2 take side angles and exploit that. Pastry, you're in a weird spot because you have to play both, like, aggressive and support. So you should be trying to join them on some of that. Amina, if you can, try to take the weirdest angle you can find and force them to back up. Because if you can force them to take a step back, that's great for your team, because the second their structure collapses, that means you get in for free. And if their structure doesn't collapse and they decide that they're going to, like, chill where you're looking at them from, you just get free shots, and your team can come in for free and just hit things that are on 1 HP. This is fine. Like, just to give you a visual, Amina, like, do you see that air? Like, if you went all the way down from where you were, like, just above where Almajo died, if you go there, yes, it's uncomfortable. You can ruin the enemy team structure alone. That's what you should be looking for. Because every weapon has the ability to fight, and that means every weapon has the ability to mess up a structure. Yeah, I don't think you need to take that fight soon, but that's fine. Yeah. Again, I don't want to keep harping on it, but do y'all see how the second you go right, that's when you're dying?
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah,
play into
like
what
we're
they're wanting to
pushing
do.
into.
Because, like, the issue, yeah, like, the thing you wrote was clearing, but the thing is, you don't need to clear them here. You just need to push. And it's not even a flank, it's just taking a slightly different route. Because, like, Celine ends up flanking here, and this is where it's an issue, because they're actually catching on to the hard flank. If your entire team drops the left side, though, it doesn't matter, because that's not a flank, that's a dedicated push.
Also, like if we send like, say I drop there to
Yeah.
peel Celine.
Yeah, or, like, if you, like, if all of you dropped where Almajo was, and, or, like, if 3 of you dropped where Almajo is, and Amina's just watching in the background, that's what you should be doing. Because that gives you a
Because
free
like if they, like if like they have to choose between like fighting that or like rushing a meetup, but then that would like give us a much better chance of fighting for the zone.
Yeah. Or if they fight for a zone, that gives Amina free shots. But the other thing is, you get out for free. You can't be fighting in cramped areas. That's not what your comp wants to do. Your comp wants to take, like, control of the game state. Like, the less time you have in control of the game state, the worse you're gonna do. How the hell do you cap? I'm sorry, that was not a deserved cap.
Strikes plus zip was keeping people
I know.
away.
Yeah. That's, yeah. The only reason you got caught out there, Amajo, is because you were the only one dropping. If you
Mhm.
do that with the team, that's correct. Yeah. Like, again, I just want to find out, look at how much force they're putting on the right side. Because if your entire team drops left, you just condition them hard. And then you can push right side. The issue is you're just committing to pushing right side over and over and over again. And if I notice that as the enemy team, I'm just going to sit on the right, like on that right side, and I'm just going to look at you funny. Like again, they're just trying to take that right side. That entire that left side has been free this entire game. Yeah, this Kraken is brutal. I stand by get the special out of the game. If that special wasn't popped, that gives you a free push. Yeah. Like, really, I think the rest of this game is just trying to get something done, but... Yeah, this is good on pushing someone. Yeah, like, this is what you want to do. But, like, Pastry, you need to be pushing in here.
Mhm.
I get you caught offline. Again, trust that to Amina. Like, I'm curious what you think, Amina, just because this is would be my approach. But just trust flanks to the pen, because pen has the most range. And because it has the most range, you don't need to worry about who's pushing, who has force. And Amina can just be ready to help y'all.
Mm,
Because like, you're
Oh,
effectively
bye,
just
Slane.
making it harder on yourself.
Welcome back, Slane.
Because like, you go back and you give all of the space in front. Because like, imagine if you were with Celine here, Pastry. Because Amina can very easily watch this flank. Like, if you're with Celine, this gives you a free push and this gives you a free hold. Let's see. Yeah.
I'm just. Let's see. Could you like rewind it like 10 seconds, like trying to see it from my perspective?
This should be back enough, I think. Yeah, like right here, use him, and you have the chance to go with Celine, and you go back for the flank.
Yeah. I definitely go for leader here. At least like a bomb.
Yeah, or like just push for the left side, because you can paint for a Celine. Like, here's the thing. If you can get your blaster set up where that leader is now, you don't get to displace that thing.
Yeah.
Players in this game overvalue their life way too much. Good positions matter so much more than staying alive for like 5 extra seconds. Like, you shouldn't be going back for this sploosh, because now you like, look at this, your entire team's on this sploosh.
Oh, yeah, that's not good.
Just go forward. You don't need to worry about it. Trust Amina. Like, this is how I read it, because I care about teams. Hold up 1 second, I want to write this.
Mhm.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, wait, I want to say this, because you go back for the sploosh. This is how this reads to me, because team, I'm judging off the fact that you're a team, so you should have total trust on each other. You going for that sploosh tells me you don't trust Amina. I'm sorry, that's how I read it. That might be harsh, but like, you still need to be focused on pushing. That's how you win this game, is pushing and holding. Like, you go back, and you just ruin the chance at a hold you had for something Amina could very easily hold. Because now, like, Elma just needing to push in alone. Which is fine, Elma is able to pull this off, but this isn't what you want to rely on. This is fine for zone. This is where you can camp pledges. Good. Elma, why are you going backwards? Yeah,
Yeah.
this Kraken's brutal. That's kind of just the finisher. Like, the main issue is y'all had, like, you had chances to push, and you didn't take them. Like, on retake, you kept trying to force that right side. That's not an area you need to force. If you can drag them to a different area, that's where you want to drag them. And then you can clear them after. You don't need to clear them as the first action that you do. And then when you get the chance to push, you need to take that push. Because pushes don't happen for free.
I have a question about that.
Mhm.
It was like the second to last push where like Engage took that flank and all that.
Yeah.
It's like when it comes to him being there, it's like I would push with Celine, and then like if the sploosh starts to touch stone, that's when I can double back, but then Celine would say.
No,
Like
just
assuming
trust
she has
Amina.
no pain.
That's a sploosh giving jumps into mid. That's the most obvious thing in the world. Like,
I mean, like
if you're the
I
only one
trust.
left alive and Amina is watching it, either the sploosh notices they're alone in mid and they jump out, or they try to jump to a sploosh in mid
Also,
when
like,
everybody can collapse on them.
wait, to give a solid answer to what you're saying, let me fast forward through this a little bit. Like, this is where it happens, right?
Yeah.
Swoosh isn't gonna do anything. If Amina sits there, that Swoosh has to sit in the corner and cry about it. And like if you go forward, let's say the Swoosh actually does become an issue, right?
Mhm.
That's fine. Amina can call that. Like you listen
But
to a
then
call
like
for your team account.
if they do call that, that's when I like would double
Yes.
back and Celine would
Or
say.
that's when someone
Okay.
that's when someone can double back. It doesn't matter who doubles back, just someone.
Hmm.
Hold up 1 second. Would what not be good? Sorry. Oh, I'm assuming this is referring to like if they jump to Sploosh. Okay, yeah. Yeah, no, like that's advantageous. Like the thing is you just need to be setting up your push when you have the chance. Because this is how I see it for pushes. Pushes don't magically fall into your lap. And if they do, you're running a very specific comp. Your comp is not, like, the comp y'all run is not a comp that's going to have pushes magically fall into its lap. Like, again, unless y'all want to start picking up V10, it's not going to happen. What the hell happened this game?
That's Humpback Rainmaker. I thought you said you weren't going to go over Rainmaker.
Yeah. I was more so
Okay.
meaning, like, doing both back-to-back. I didn't clarify that well. Because I wanted to hit zones. Ideally, I would hit all the modes, but if these are the ones y'all want to focus, that is A-okay.
We didn't get a single tower control map the entire tournament, actually.
Damn.
I think if I remember right.
What the hell happened to this game? This is one of the
A
easier
bit of
stages to
stagger.
I think there's more than just that. This is fine. Yeah, so you should be trying to like to fight here. Humpback is a very tricky stage. But the thing with Humpback is if you can get past elbow and you can start fighting, you're pretty much guaranteed to win.
Which part? Which part?
Elbow. Like theirs. If once you can wrap elbow, you pretty much have you get a good push for free. Like, so you should be pushing forward here to be trying to push for that elbow. Yes, it's scary you had Mojo with you, both of you push together, and both of you can force areas. Like, people overvalue pop because, yes, you can get pop, yes, that's great. You know the thing that can happen if you get pop, though? Great, you got pop, you aren't looking at the enemy team.
Yeah.
You know you're not going to have a chance to pop because you're fighting Sploosh leader, which is fine. Just come into the fights. Because y'all just kind of wait mid and the Sploosh pushes in. Like, you catch it, yes, but you don't... Like, that's not something to rely on. This is fine. Y'all need to be pushing for ramp now, like, yesterday. 1 second, let's... Yeah, that makes sense. Like, given your comp, you don't really have a tool to fight them having Sploosh and 3 bombs. Or Sploosh and Leader, since those two do heavy DPS. Like, right here, I'm just swing. Both of you need to be pushing for ramp.
Sure.
Because here's the thing about Rain, again, you have to be prepping for your pushes. This, I think a lot of people hate this stage and think it's super stally because people don't know how to play it properly. Like, right now, y'all need to be pushing ramp because this sets up your push.
Mm-hmm.
Or not ramp, elbow. No, that's pushing down ramp, whatever. Like, this is fine. I want to point out the blaster comes in. The enemy team should get a push because now they get to elbow. Like, I want to point out, if they push elbow first, this gives them the free push. Why is this leader not grabbing? I want to yell at this person. They had a free... Okay, whatever. Case in point, people do not know how to play this mode. This is a good tip. Like, right here, I want to point out, Celine pushes a right. Look at how afraid they are. Like, yes, you have to go through elbow and you have to clear it. That's fine. Like, yes, it's a little scary. It's still the right thing and what you have to do. And if you can push that, it makes your life so much easier. Like, y'all just aren't pushing. You're waiting for the enemy team to come at you. Which is fine on zones, because everything's stationary, and you can play very defensive on zones. You're playing Rainmaker, this is the aggressive mode. If you're not playing aggressive, you're going to get ran over. Unless your comp is built for defense, but I can promise you, yours isn't.
That's very aggro. Oh, it's a Slayer.
Again, why is the enemy team not... Oh, I want to scream with them. Like, backing up to here. notice they have this. They have elbow. This is where you get free pushes. This is what you have to play for on the stage, and that's what you play to prevent. Like you dropping here pastry is good. I wish you didn't back up, but that's fine. It ends up working. Yeah. This is fine. What y'all do out of this? I'm curious. Yeah, y'all need to be trying to fight without Mojo here. Pastry, why did you grab?
Total mistake. I remember like I talked after the game that like I did not want to grab there.
Fair. If you grab, just instantly run it off the map.
Ah, okay.
Like, yes, it's not what you want to play for. If it happens, just do it. That or you run it into your spawn to try to go right side. But you just need to move. Because I actually don't disagree with grabbing, it's just what you do out of it. This is fine. Yeah, like, I'll be real, I'm watching this, you just need to be pushing way further ahead than you're wanting to. Like, Selena and Mojo, both of you should be where that end zap is. Amina, you should be where Selena is. Like, all of you need to be playing, like, a game state faster. Because these are, like, positions that are fine in neutral. The thing is, you are not in neutral. And you have, like, ample time to be going forward, but you just aren't. Oh, Mojo, why? Just go through right trench, please! You set up your shield, if they look at you, Rainmaker gets to make them explode.
It's like the thing here, if I remember right, I was thinking about taking the flank, but then I realized I was still on somebody's kill feed, so they were gonna see me anyway.
Also,
So then I turned back around.
your team isn't
It's
past
a
mid.
completely irrelevant part of the map. I shouldn't have been playing for it. You're right.
It's not even that. Like, if your team was like at check, that's great. You're not past mid.
Yeah.
You don't have the time to go on a flank. Hold up, I have not been reading VC chat. Oops. Yeah, no, I agree with that. I mean, I will say if you're playing too faster than your front lines, guess what you gotta do? You gotta do everything that supports love doing, especially once they get in a higher level because they have had so much fun with Slayers. You gotta yell at them to play faster. You should still be taking the correct positions and correct speed anyways. It's uncomfortable, yes, but it's the right thing and it sets your team up. Because I'd much rather you be uncomfortable and set up like a good push for later than be comfortable and do something which feels wrong and can be wrong, but it just shuts down your entire team's chance at a push. Because sometimes you just have to be so far in front that you're the front line. Yeah, this is fine and jumping. Yeah, like I'm wanting to point out, you're just giving them space to. Like, you're just giving up space for free. Y'all need to be trying to fight them early. Like, the entire reason this push is gonna happen is because you didn't push forward early. Yeah, and I'm assuming this is a game off of timing stuff. Yeah, that's effectively game. They don't care. Yeah, that pops. Yeah. Like, literally, the main issue that happened this game was you just didn't push forward. Like, you can be the most uncomfortable person in the world, you still need to be pushing forward. Like, if you want to know the secret to why PS works, and why Rain is our best mode, we're constantly in front of Rain. Like, that's it. There is no secret.
Do we like? I'm thinking with like the idea of like playing just like in general pushing up more, like playing game state ahead. Like it kind of feels like we're afraid to trade out sometimes. Like if we like trade out, that's like a bad thing somehow.
Trades are fine. If you're the one
kinda
pushing,
feels
trades
like
are in your
that.
advantage. Okay. Then yeah, I can hit this one, and that will probably be the end, since I know I go long for review. Because, yeah, sadly I don't have enough time since PS is playing at the hour. I would like to just backseat y'all playing, but that will have to wait till later.
Yeah, their comp was like triple sensor.
That's fine. Your comp can take advantage of the fact that they have 3 sensors.
Yeah, totally.
By the way, I don't mean that as in they don't have lethals, it's bad. I mean, you have a brush and a splash who are very mobile, and you can make them look at the most random parts of the map.
Oh, you're saying like messing up their targeting.
Yes. No, like this comp is not weak because it doesn't have a single lethal. I hate the idea that like that people have of that because PS often runs no lethals, and we're just fine. Um, hold up, sorry, I'm needing to reach up. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Let's see. I mean, I wish you were way further forward here. I get you're playing for Cooler, but you're putting Cooler out way too far back. You also aren't able to like be putting shots in front. Because yes, an opening Cooler can be nice. Here's the thing about opening Coolers: you're taking your pen or your edit or your zap out of the game for the first 15 seconds. And I'll give you and I'll tell you what I've done in the past, even in 2, because teams did this with armor. In the first 15 seconds, I can fight your team before your tactic comes online. And if I can fight before your tactic comes online, you just wasted 15 seconds.
I think this is the first point that is like gone against something Senkana said. Senkana said to prioritize Cooler, and this is the
Oh.
opposite.
Well, he
It's
said
really
what
funny.
he was what more of what he was saying was like we were getting like our first core would be in the first like 30 seconds. When
That's
it's like
fine.
we can
Like you're
it was like it's to the point where it's like we take multiple fights in mid and we just don't have a cooler up.
yeah, that's fine.
And that's like
Like it matters if you have the space first. Like here's the one thing I'm going to say about specials, which people will fight me for. I don't care. Specials are great. Specials don't magically give you space. You need to be fighting for that space.
yeah.
If you're playing for specials instead of fighting for space, that's fine. You need to know that's the risk. I would much rather a team fight early and not get specials on opening. Yeah, like playing for early poke is the right play. Like it might be different, but I'd much rather you be playing for early poke. And if you get a good fight, that's great. If not, you're like, let's say someone dies and because they went for a fight, that's fine. You have the tools to bunker down. Like you can bunker down until that person respawns, and then you'll have cooler when you need it.
I have a question here about it. Like I like it like the idea is like it shouldn't be to either extreme. I feel like I'm getting where it's like not only playing for cooler because then we just don't have a player in the map for the first like 20 seconds, but then like not only playing for poke because then we just don't have a special when like cooler is like really good. Like it's like poking, but
there's
not.
two answers.
Yeah.
The more meta answer is yes, you want to be playing between the two extremes. The answer I'll give you, because I think it's a much better way to play the game, is don't care about your special on the first until the opening's over. Like once that fight on the opening is over, that's when you can worry about cooler. People overhype cooler in this game. And this isn't just, oh yeah, this is because we play super fast. I'm going to be real, something people don't talk about with cooler. It's super easy to win 2 fights back to back in this game. That's all you have to do to beat cooler. I'm dead serious. If I can win 2 fights back to back and you had cooler, it doesn't matter that you had cooler, you just wasted time.
Makes sense.
Like if you can be winning your fights instead and then you have cooler on top of that, that's great. But cooler is at best a safety net. You still need to be winning your fights by yourself. Like as a whole, when I've been watching y'all play, you need to be playing quicker and for more fights. Because when you play for specials, yes, it's comfortable. It doesn't do much. Hold up, sorry, I want to read this real quick before it slips my mind. Okay, no, I am seeing shit. Okay. Well, let's see. What the hell is going on with my computer?
Oh no.
Okay, that's odd. Whatever. It's fixed itself. We're chilling. Yeah, like, I'm wanting to find out when you're pushing. This is when things are working. Like, you're needing to play for pushes way earlier. Because, hold up, I want to... Yeah, like, for this push... Like, notice you didn't have cooler for this push, and this is very successful. Like, I'll be real, y'all just carried out... Like, just chicken out.
Yeah, I was thinking.
Like, backing up, you don't have cooler. If you just committed to this fight, this is perfect. Like, I mean, I wish you would drop here and just play for fights. And then page 3, if you just went for zone, this is perfect. Like, you don't need to fight them. Zone is priority here.
Okay.
But, like, here, if y'all just push forward, look at how close zone is to being capped. Just play your fights for zone. But notice you didn't need cooler to make this happen. This is why playing for fights matters so much more. This is like, yeah. Sorry, I'm backing this up. Elmojo and Queen, I wish you just stayed forward. You're giving them too much space for free.
Okay.
Like, if both of you stayed in here, yes, you're marked. Here's the thing. You're marked, so they don't want to go into you as much as you don't want to go into them.
Mm-hmm.
Because they know where the 2 Slayers on the team are. Like, Sensor is just as much a benefit as it is a curse. Like, here, I'm wanting to point out, like, Elmojo and Swing, both of you backed up. If both of you were further in, you get 2 free kills.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Like, that's why both of you die and accomplish nothing, and you've just wasted half the game. This is good. Yeah, like, again, I'm just gonna point out, because every time I see you two push together, this is good. This is what you want to play for. In Queen of Halfens, please tell me... Okay, yeah, I was gonna say, please tell me you go for Zon. This diff is fine. Yeah. Like, this is good, and this is what you're wanting to play for. I just wish you were playing for fights earlier as a team. Because, like, backing up here, I think y'all had a chance to drop with... Actually, I didn't back up enough, did I? Oops. But, like, right here, y'all have the chance to drop as a team and go as a team. Sony goes in, this is fine, this is a good trade. This is good going forward. Do y'all notice how you're just out of sync on if you're fighting or not, and why you're fighting? Like, I mean, I know you're fighting the H3. Here's the thing. You don't need to fight the H3, you can go that left side. You know the thing I was talking about for, Zone's Barnacle? Or not Barnacle.
Finally.
Thank you. I knew it started with B. I just am blanking on stage names. For Zone's Brian, dropping left side because it just ruins their structure and you don't have to fight them. You can do the same thing on this stage and just go through left side. Like, you don't have to take this fight. Taking this fight is kind of useless and a waste of time.
Like,
yes, on
using,
paper,
like,
so-
the grades area?
No, just, like, literally, do you see that little that little tarp wall? Just, like, dead ahead of, or, like, dead above Elmojo's name. Go through that.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that is a very comfortable way to get in. This zip is fine. Yeah, like, this is fine. This is a good clean. What happens here? Okay, now you KO here. Wait, what the hell? Yeah. Like, Celine? Hold up, sorry, why did you back up to Narnia, my friend?
Huh?
You were in with Elmojo, why did you back up to Narnia?
Also, I distinctly remember I was calling for Slane to push with me.
Like, right here, it seems like you were waiting for them to push, for Elmojo to push with you. Like, if you push forward here, this is a perfect push. And you just kind of back off to Narnia. Hold up, was Corrin just thrown down? Okay, no. But yeah, you just kind of leave Elmojo alone up there, which is a little unfortunate. Nice double out of that, that's clean. Let's see. Yeah, this is, like, I wish I were fighting with Elmojo here. This might be the thing on
Yeah.
Elmojo not calling that they were stalling too, because I've been in call with them before and I know they don't always call that. Yes, this is a subtle jab. This is what you need to do.
What
more
the
often.
hell, man?
I think they did. I think they did. Like, we could just drop you as well.
But yeah, y'all should be fighting with Elmojo. Like, Elmojo's holding 2 in the corner. Nice jumping out, that's fine. Nice shot. Yeah, like, this is what you want to be playing for. I'm just wanting to find out, notice you're playing for fights first, you're not playing for specials. This is how you should be playing. Like, here's how I treat specials in this game, and I think it's a really helpful way to think about it. Specials do nothing more than amplify what you're already doing. So let's say you have 2 people pushing, and let's say you pop a vac. All that vac is going to do is amplify whatever is going on. And it's the same principle with cooler, bubble, whatever. It's just going to amplify what you're doing. It's not going to magically get a push started for you. The issue with how I've seen y'all play is you play for special like it's going to start a push for you. Like for 90% of pushes, you don't need more than 2 specials to get a push started. And I've seen y'all like trying to wait for 3 specials to get a push going. You just need to.
Like cooler crab, and then we can can take the good spots, and then like cooler crab would be
Yeah.
more than enough to win the.
Yeah, exactly, because it's amplifying what you're doing by taking those good spots and looking for fights. Okay.
Oh,
I also want to actually go over this game from Overhead, because I want to point something out with pairing. This is going to be aimed at you, Celine, just because this is how I want you to play a little bit more around Mojo, because I think you should be trying to fight with them. Because literally every time I've seen y'all play, the second you two are in the same area pushing, magic happens.
it just exploded.
But yeah, because this game was good, and I believe both of us played off of Mojo. And this is just what you want to look for. This is opening stuff, whatever. Like, I'm wanting to point out, both Mojo and I are just pushing in together, and that's what you're wanting to aim for.
Yeah.
This is just playing zone and cleanup. This is fine. I run in as soon as I can just to play off of Almojo. Like, this speed that I'm trying to match out with Almojo is how I think you should be playing. Almojo, you'd have to say if you feel different, but I'm fairly sure Blast can do a very similar thing to Tent, because it's just 2 fighting weapons.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
And like, here, when I'm fighting off of Almojo and giving them time to set up, they're able to get under ledges. Sure, they're dying to buckets here, but that's fine, that happens. You will just randomly explode. Because the more time that you can be in the same area as someone else, this just gives you more to work with. Now fast forward through this and I'll kill it in a little bit. Like, quite literally, just fight full offense, I promise. It's not the end of the world. Don't be afraid of dying. The more afraid of dying you are, the worse you're gonna do. Yeah. This is fun. Like, and I also want to point out, you don't have to pair religiously, because pairing religiously is just a bad thing. Like, here, I want to point out, if you went with Almojo here, this does so much more damage than just either one of you pushing alone. That's the moment you want to be looking for. Okay.
That was great. We got through like 4 games. Nice. It's like the main things be Celine and Almojo playing together, not relying specifically on a special to
Yeah, just like
start a
playing
push.
Yeah, just playing to start a push with just at random. It's just like, okay, both of you are in the same spot, we fight.
And then like if the whole team is like stacking in some kind of area, just take the other way. Like there's
Yeah.
another angle
Yeah,
taking.
you don't have to fight them.
Okay.
The other thing I'll say is,
makes
as
sense.
a whole, y'all should be trying to fight more.
Mm.
Just like how you position really does change a lot about how the game plays. There is not nearly enough time to go over this, and I need like VODs of PS, which I do not have right now, to explain it. But like as a whole, if y'all can play to fight more, it's going to do y'all well.
Thank you.
Okay. Is there anything else y'all want to shove into the recording before I hit stop recording?
I don't think so.
Okay, something I've been thinking about was like a lot today was comfort on a weapon versus making like a quote unquote perfect comp. So it's like I think we run a lot of guns like we're just comfortable on, like Almojo like Octa one trick pen.
Yeah, play what you're
and it's
comfortable
like
with. There is no perfect comp. Like I have one comp which I think is close to perfect, but you just play what you're comfortable with. Like, do you think PS formed because we think it's the perfect comp? No, we had an idea and we're just playing what we're comfortable with. If you play what you're comfortable
that makes
with,
sense.
that does so much more than, oh yeah, this is the quote unquote perfect comp. Because like here's the real question. Like here's the real question that comes down to.
You go. You go.
Like this is what that question eventually devolves into of, oh yeah, should we be playing like for a quote unquote better comp or what we're comfortable with? Do you care about having free choice over your weapon, or do you care about winning 1% of the time more? That's how that question shakes down.
Like you're saying,
win
like
more by
it go
having
too
more control of
far.
your weapon.
Yeah, no, like
feel
when
like.
you go down that conversation, if you go completely down the rabbit hole, where you're going to end up is, do you prefer playing a weapon that you like and having control over what you're playing, or winning like maybe 5 to 10% more of the time for the rest of the time you play the game, but you don't like the weapon? Like, is that 5 to 10% more wins worth it to you compared to playing something you enjoy? And I can't answer that. Everyone has a different answer to that. But that's what it shakes down to. And for most people, I have found they don't like winning 5% more of the time. They'd rather have fun 100% of the time compared to win 5 or 10% more of the time.
Okay. What about when it extends to like if it's two guns, a person's like comfortable with like two guns that they're just like both fine with playing? Would that be when more of the looking at the pros and cons would be better?
I mean, somewhat. It's still, hey, it's just, what do they feel like playing more? Yes, you can build more styles and plans around that weapon. I won't disagree with that, because that just is factual. But it's not pros and cons, it's just, I like this here. I want to run this here. Like, I'm going to give an example, and this is out of nowhere, Amajo. Feel free to kill me after the sentence if you want to.
Okay.
But, like, if Amajo prefers Nocto on, like, Rainmaker, for example, it's just, I like this here.
Mhm.
There is no other thought. It's not, well, maybe Fiocto is better on this Rainmaker stage. It's just, I like this here. I run this here.
Yeah.
It's
That
not
makes
complex.
sense.
It's just,
Yeah.
this is what I like. Like, this is excluding the exception of, okay, you are playing exclusively to win, but this is going to come off as rude, but where y'all are now, you don't need to worry about just playing for the win. Play for what you like. Play what you have fun with. Like, this is a game after all. If you're caring too much about the win, it's suddenly going to stop being fun. But like for PS, for example, just give an example to your question. It's just Che wants to run like Daffla's here, great. Che wants to run Junior here, great. Che wants to run like Tetris here, great. We just work with it.
Let's see.
Probably
Right,
nothing.
cool.
Okay.
No, I said cool.
I
It's
see.
like it's like the main thing I was like thinking about most of the day. So like I see answers on it.
Fair. Yeah. Okay. Is there anything else y'all want to put into the recording, or am I good to kill it? Or not kill it, just end it.
That's good.
I think I'm good.
Selena and Amina, y'all fine if I end it?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm gonna
Thank
go
you for joining
refill
us, Sympha.
my